What's up, guys? We're gonna be doing another tier list video. Last time, we did Elden Ring and the Elden Ring DLC list. This one's gonna be a little different. A little different. Um, I decided to do something. I was like, I wonder what tier list I'm gonna do. I need to do a Dark Souls 3 boss tier list, but I don't think it's fair to do a Dark Souls 3 boss tier list, having not played Dark Souls 3 in like 6, 7 years. So I'm probably gonna do a replay of that game. Um, so I decided to do the next thing that matters most to me besides Elden Ring, which is Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fanboy. Uh, Even though the recent movies have been terrible, I am a Marvel fan through and through, and I think that it's very fair that I go ahead and I rank these. Um, so I'm gonna rank every single movie in the MCU currently. I believe this is all of them. If it's not, that's okay. There's only, I believe, one movie that I have not seen, and that's the Marvels. I have not seen this movie, and so I won't. I'm not gonna rank this. I'm just gonna rank this movie an F. And based off of what I saw from the box office, it might not be that far off from the actual ranking. Um, but I'm just gonna rank them in the order they are here because I don't want to go back and memorize the entire order. Because you're supposed to watch them. You can either watch them in chronological order or timeline order, and I just watched them on release date order. That's the way that I did it. But I've watched each of these movies, most of them 3 times, some of them two, but most of them I've watched 3 or more times. Deadpool and Wolverine is here too. Um, but yeah, let's get into the rankings. I'm going to start with Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I'm just going to put this at a C tier movie. There's nothing too special about it. It's pretty interesting. I love Paul Rudd. I love Ant-Man as a character, and I think the Wasp, great superhero. It's just that the movie, it's like if you're comparing it to some of these other movies, it doesn't have that classic Marvel feel to it. It's I can't describe it. It's lackluster. It's not bad. Like, I don't hate this movie, but it's like it's not a movie that I crave to watch again. Like, I could watch the original Iron Man movie a million times over, and I'd be okay with it. But Ant-Man and the Wasp, I don't see myself ever wanting to watch it unless I'm watching all of the Marvel movies like in a row, and I'm like, oh, I have to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp. Um, Ant-Man, I'm just gonna put in B tier. Same deal here. Ant-Man is cool. I mean, I like Ant-Man. I think this movie's a little bit better than the Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I've never been a massive fan of Ant-Man, but it's a good movie. It's an enjoyable watch. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. I don't know what the general opinion on Age of Ultron is, but I think I'm gonna put it B tier. Age of Ultron's really good, but I don't know what it is about Ultron in the movie that I just don't vibe with him. He's not a super cool villain in my opinion. Like, I've never been a fan of just like AI or robots or whatever being like the main antagonist in a movie, and I don't know why. Like, I get it. It's like it's Jarvis and it's cool. For me, it just wasn't it, man. I like the original Avengers a lot more. Age of Ultron is good. Don't get me wrong. I love this movie, but I don't know. I think it's like a B. I could be convinced to put it in A. I might have to rewatch it again. This is just what I'm feeling at the moment. I'm gonna put Age of Ultron at B tier though. Um, Endgame is an S tier for me. Endgame is one of the few movies that actually makes me cry every single time I watch it. I cannot watch this movie to completion without crying. Um, that ending scene with Iron Man is just really sad. It is gut wrenching. Oh man, so many quotable moments, so many iconic scenes in this movie. I loved seeing this movie opening night. I've probably watched Endgame like 12 times since it's come out, and I could just watch it whenever. People could just throw this movie on, and I just love it. It's so good. Um, Man, what a great movie. That people don this movie as like the end of the good Marvel era because everything that kind of comes after this is a little rough and rushed. This was like the last big good movie. Um, Infinity War, I want to put in S tier as well, but I'm gonna put it in A tier. Um, See, this is what's annoying is I'm gonna I can see the comments in the future of people being like, oh my god, like how could you rank this one lower than this one, or how could you how could you rank Ant-Man lower than this or whatever. It's like this is just what I'm feeling right now. I watched all of the movies last year, so I'm coming out of. I mean, it's been a year since I watched them, but this is just what I'm feeling right now, and from what I remember about all the movies and just how they make me feel. Endgame, in my opinion, was more impactful than Infinity War. The end of Infinity War is fucking ridiculous. That was probably one of the biggest cliffhangers ever. Watching Infinity War in theaters, this was wasn't like it was one of the earlier Marvel movies that I saw in theaters. Most of them I watched at home or I had on DVD. Infinity War was one of the ones that I had to go see in theaters, and it was so good. That cliffhanger was fucking ridiculous. Um, so good, such a good movie. Really, really great. A lot of iconic scenes. I could put these on the same tier, but I'm gonna put. I just think Endgame is just a little bit better. So I'm gonna put it one tier above. Black Panther. I'm gonna put on the same tier. Man, I think it's on the same tier as Age of Ultron for me. Black Panther is one of my favorite superheroes. I think his suit is so sick. The idea I love Wakanda as a civilization. The idea that it's just like it's just hiding in plain sight, and it's just like the most futuristic place on the planet. It has the most powerful like metal known to Earth. Like it's just so cool. Black Panther's suit is really sick. Rip Chadwick Boseman. He won't be forgotten. This movie's fantastic. Excuse me. I loved it. It's one of those movies that I don't necessarily like. It's not like it's way better than Ant-Man and the Wasp for me. Like when I'm going through and watching all the movies in chronological order, which I've done twice. Black Panther is a movie that like I don't. I'm not like, oh, I have to watch it. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp, oh, I have to watch it. I'm not looking forward to it. Like Black Panther is good. Really great movie. Civil War, I'm gonna put an S tier. And see, I don't care if it's controversial because it's my list, so I'm allowed to do what I want. But Civil War is phenomenal. This movie's great. This was probably the movie that like it secured me as a Marvel fanboy. Like I'm watching this movie and I'm just like, oh wait, Marvel movies are like really good. This movie's fantastic. Everything about it. I went and saw this one in theaters too. Um, this is the first movie with Spider-Man, Tom Holland in it, and that definitely I'm not biased at all on Spider-Man. So, you know, great movie, fantastic. I love the action. Has some of the coolest fight scenes ever. I love seeing like, all three of these movies have in common is that they're just a ton of Marvel heroes coming together and getting a lot of action scenes. This movie's great. I love it. I love Civil War. I think S is fair. Um, I think this is the Winter Soldier. This is the no no. This is the first Avenger. Um, man, this is gonna be rough. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's really good. I like the original Captain America movie. I think the ending is a little weird in my opinion. I don't like Red Skull as a villain. I don't think he's very threatening, and so I'm almost kind of debating putting it down in C tier. But I'm just kind of going with feels. I don't know. The ending is kind of whack, but dude, the Captain America has such a cool like story when it comes to becoming a hero. Like it is so sick. The whole jumping on top of a frag grenade, the fact that he's like a wimpy boy signing up for the military. Like, God, I resonate with that. Not joining the military, but being a wimpy boy. Um, I really like this movie, man. Like all of the pre-Endgame movies up to Endgame are, in my opinion, they're all good. Like I don't hate any of them. There's not a movie that I hate. At least, oh, there's one. Um, and I'm pretty sure most Marvel fans will know what I'm talking about. But I think this movie's good. I think it's definitely a solid pick. I enjoy watching it. It's one of the first movies you watch when doing the Marvel watch through all the way up to Endgame. It's pretty good though. It's pretty solid. Winter Soldier I like better than the first one. Bucky Barnes is such a cool character, but now see this is the problem with my list is I feel like there should be a gap between here and here because I don't think the Winter Soldier is on the same tier as Infinity War, but I don't think it's on the same tier as this movie. So you know what, I'm gonna move the first one down to C just because this feels better, I guess. But the Winter Soldier I like a lot. Bucky Barnes is such a sick character. I love the whole intermingling with those characters. The action scene in this movie are great. I might just be, there's a lot of I don't remember super much about either movie. I'd probably have to rewatch them again to give them a super fair ranking. But I just remember liking the Winter Soldier more as a movie. than the first one. So I'm gonna put Winter Soldier in B. I think it's really good. I think it's a solid movie. I enjoy it. Captain Marvel. I think I like it a little bit less than the first Avenger, but I like it more than Ant-Man and the Wasp. Captain Marvel as a superhero is sick. Captain Marvel is badass. Love the movie. I love Goose. I love Nick Fury is in it. Um, but I don't know. There's not a lot of there is conflict, but I you don't get the same vibes you do from the conflict in this movie as you do from like Infinity War, if that makes sense. It's just a different level. The villain has a big deal for me. A big deal. Um, when it comes to how good I or how much I enjoy the movie. That's why I rank this movie so. I just don't really like Red Skull that much. I don't really like. In fact, I don't even remember who she fights at the end of this movie. And that just kind of shows. It's not that good. Um, I really enjoyed the movie though. I think it's a good backstory for her. I just don't think that there was enough action. I'm a huge action driven guy, so I don't think it's that fair. Um, okay, Doctor Strange. I really like Doctor Strange. I'm gonna put Doctor Strange above Age of Ultron, but not on the same tier as Infinity War. Doctor Strange is really good. He's probably one of my favorite Marvel. Probably one of my favorite Marvel heroes. Honestly, I'd put him above Black Panther. Um, this is such a good movie. I just like how down to earth it is in the first act. How he's a doctor that just doesn't believe in any of that crazy voodoo magic crap, and then he goes and participates in that crazy voodoo magic crap. Um, I just like um Benedict as an actor. He does a great job. I can't see anyone else playing Doctor Strange. I think I can. If there's anything you can give Marvel props to, it's to their casting. They kill it, man, with the casting. Um, it doesn't really get better. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I really like this movie. I'm gonna put it at B. I think B is a fair ranking. Um, this one, I honestly I can't remember what he fights at the end. I'm pretty sure he just fights like a weird interdimensional being. Maybe I haven't watched these movies in a long time, so maybe I'll do this ranking and then a little bit, like a little bit down the line, maybe I'll rewatch them all again because I watched them a year ago, but apparently I'm missing a lot of the key details. I'm just ranking them again based off of how I feel about them right now. I remember liking it about in this area. So don't judge me too much. Okay. Guardians 2, in my opinion, is the weakest of the three. I'm gonna put it probably. It's a good movie, dude. All three of them are good, but I think I'm gonna put it top. We'll just put it there because I can't put it here apparently, because why would I be able to put it there? I'm gonna put it in C tier. All three Guardians movies are so good. I think Guardians as a series is so awesome, and I love the fact that they were able to create such an amazing series with these like side characters, if that makes sense. Like they did such a good job with these movies. And Guardians 2, in my opinion, is the weakest, and so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Ego is cool. The movie was cool. I just think if you're gonna compare it to the first and the third one, it just doesn't compare in my opinion. I think it's a good level or two below um Guardians 1 or 3. So I'm gonna rank it lower because of that. But man, this is I feel like ranking it at C is like it's kind of low. But again, I feel like I feel like my ranking. You're not gonna, my ranking is not perfect at all. Like, are you kidding me? This is clearly a crazy ranking. The first Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm gonna put in B tier, and I'm probably gonna put it. I'm gonna put it top of. I can't swap this. Oh, that's how you do it. I'm gonna put Guardians of the Galaxy in B tier, um, above Doctor Strange. Your first Guardians movie is so good. Um, it's so classic. I have fond memories of watching this movie at my friend's house, two times in a row, watching Guardians, the same one, back to back, and just enjoying the crap out of it. It's such a good movie. I love the characters. Chris Pratt. All the Guardians movies are just great. They're all great. Like don't discourage don't see this B and C tier and discourage you. Like it's a great movie. You got to watch all three. Um, I'm gonna rank these in order. I don't know why they don't have Guardians 3 here. Guardians 3, if there was a thing for it, I would probably put in A or B. It's on the same tier as this. The problem that I had with Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was the fact that they introduced Adam Warlock and then didn't do anything with him. Adam Warlock is a really cool character, especially in the comics, and they just kind of threw him aside. They were like, hey, look, Adam Warlock's in our movie, and then didn't do anything with it, which he's going to be more relevant in the later movies, but it just felt really weird and forced. I didn't really care for it. High Evolutionary, also, I mean, the way that they showed it off was kind of cool, and you know, he's a very interesting and sick villain in the Marvel universe. But I feel like they could have done more with him. The actor was great though, really, really, really entertaining. Um, so yeah, I feel like this is a fair ranking. B tier for this. Let's do Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1, I'm gonna put in A tier. Man, all three Iron Mans are so good. Okay, Iron Man 1 is so good, man. It's so good. Everything from him starting out in the cave to going to that like deserted little town, the fight at the end of the movie. Yeah, dude, this I feel like this is an A-tier movie. I cannot believe this movie is as old as it is. I don't even want to look up when this movie came out because it's like 15. It's probably older than that. It's an old ass movie. And it's so good. It's one of those movies that doesn't age. I feel like with a lot of these movies, maybe some that are coming up, like I feel like you could watch them and you could tell they've aged. This is one that you really can't. Like this movie is timeless. And I've watched Iron Man the original probably like 20 times. It's really good. Um, Iron Man 2 I think is a little weaker than Iron Man 1 in my opinion. So I'm gonna rank it. I'm probably gonna put it here. I'm probably gonna put it like here. Iron Man is biased just because I love Robert Downey Jr. as an actor. I love Iron Man as a character. Just I feel like this is definitely biased towards the character, but you know, I'm allowed to do what I want. It's my tier list. Iron Man is so good, but every single Iron Man movie is really good. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Iron Man 3 right next to it because I like these two equally. I think I like Iron Man 3 better, but I like these two pretty equally, so I'm just gonna rank them here. But Iron Man 1 is the one that I like the most out of the three Iron Man movies. The first one's the one I enjoy the most, definitely. So I think I'm okay with this ranking. B tier is getting a little cluttered, but you know, it's a lot of good movies. So, Far From Home. So they don't have, yeah, Far From Home. Whew. This might be a hot take, but the MCU Spider-Man is my least favorite of the three. Tom Holland is a great actor. Love Tom Holland. I love his Spider-Man, but I think that you just cannot compare this Spider-Man with the Amazing Spider-Man or the classic Spider-Man movies. I mean, hell, I've got all three Spider-Man movies right there. Tobey Maguire in my closet, DVD. This one just doesn't. It's good. It's Spider-Man, so I'm biased. I'm gonna put it like bottom of B, but I did not enjoy this one as much as I would have hoped. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. I loved it. I'm pretty sure this is Robert Downey Jr. is in this one. It's a solid movie. It's just I there's so much more that I expect from a Spider-Man movie just because I grew up with the classics and I was just looking for more from this movie. But it was good. It was good. I believe this is the movie that has the cool ass scene with Mysterio. If you haven't seen that, it is so sick. The scene with Mysterio is badass. And in fact, it's making me kind of want to put it higher. But I'm gonna leave it here for now. Just note that this one could go up. I can't tell if this is okay. This is the one with Mysterio. I didn't see that this was right here. The Mysterio one I'm gonna put higher. This is the original one. Okay. My bad. This one I'm gonna rank higher just because of the Mysterio fight. I think it's really fucking sick. This one I'm gonna rank a little bit lower. This is the first one. This is the second one, I believe. I'm definitely mixing up the order of the movies. I don't care. The one with Mysterio is a lot better in my opinion than the other one. That's what I'm gonna go with. And we're not gonna talk anymore about Spider-Man, except for this one. No Way Home is S tier. It's S plus. It's top of S. If I could add a tier, and I might, it would be S plus. This movie is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot talk enough about this movie. I've watched this movie probably 5 times since it's come out, and it is every single possible thing you could ever want from a Spider-Man movie, and you are talking to a huge Spider-Man fan. I have a Spider-Man suit, spandex suit in my closet, and you better believe that the next time a Spider-Man movie comes out, I'm wearing it to the movie theater. That's off topic. Besides the point, this movie was so fucking sick, dude. The fact that they got the Sinister Six in there, the only thing that I could have wanted, because the only thing I like more than Spider-Man is Venom. Venom's not in this movie. Would be Venom. Yeah, if Venom was in this movie, there wouldn't be a better movie than this. This movie was so good. Oh my god, I love it. I think they did the whole multiverse thing just right, like not too much. It was just the right amount. It was so good. The villains, the redemption, the ending where he gets erased, he gets his name erased from reality. It's so good. It's so good. It's so impactful. I love it. It's such a good movie. I'm so happy with these being my top three. These three just to give me a connection on an emotional level that I can't speak it in words. I can't describe how much more I like these movies than the rest of the list right now. Like this list is irrelevant. You could rearrange these however you want. I don't care. These three and these two, like these three are clear top three. These two are, a step above the rest. But other than that, like you could rearrange this however you want. I don't care. You could put anywhere. I don't care. The first Avengers. I'm gonna put this one in A. I think the first Avengers, besides Endgame and Infinity War, is so good. I love Loki as a villain. I love the Iron Man sacrifice scene. God, Loki's interactions with the Avengers are so good, and this is the first time you see all of them together. And I remember watching this movie at my babysitter's and just falling in love with all the characters, and God, I'm just like, you get flashbacks, just like even just looking at the cover art for the movies. It is so good, dude. It is so good. First Avengers, it's definitely an A tier for me. Definitely an A tier. This is the original Hulk, which I guess I would put at C tier. I cannot rank this one fairly. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen this one since I was like 8 years old. Like, I'm gonna put this in the same tier as the Marvel just because I haven't seen this movie in absolutely forever. So I'm gonna have to give this one another watch at some point. But we get to Thor Ragnarok, and this one's also A tier. Whoever directs the Thor movies, I forgot what their studio name is, but don't worry, you're known. They absolutely slayed with this movie, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This movie is so good. Oh my god. I watched this movie for the first time at my friend's house. He was like, "Yo, have you seen the new Thor movie?" No, I haven't. Oh my god, you haven't seen the new Thor movie? No, I haven't. Oh, you want to watch it tonight? Of course I do, bro. We watched it and it was peak. I don't know what to say, bro. Thor Ragnarok is insane. It's so good. Hela is such a cool villain. Oh my god, the ending is so good. That there's such good humor. That's the thing about the Thor movies. After we'll talk about Thor in the Dark World later, but the movie Thor Ragnarok and the new Thor, Love and Thunder, they're so good with the comedy. It's so good, and they find a good balance of action scenes and comedy, and it's so good. And I love the Collector, and he's in this movie, and I love it. I just like it, I just like it. Thor in the Dark World is going to be the only movie I think in this tier list. Also, I can't rank Black Widow fairly. Guys, I'm sorry. I can't rank that movie fairly either. Oh, I did not see Volume 3 there. We'll do this one next. But where was I at? Thor in the Dark World is, how do I say this? It's poo-poo. Everyone knows it. I don't even need to talk about it. Everyone knows it. If you like Thor in the Dark World, you're entitled to your own opinion, man. Say what you want. It's poo-poo. I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched every Marvel movie twice. On my second watch through, I didn't even watch this one. I didn't watch it. I didn't enjoy watching it the first time. It's that bad. It's not good. Guardians 3. Now seeing the A tier, am I going to put Guardians 3 here? I think I can. I'm going to do it. They did so good. This movie was so good, and the importance of this movie was that this movie released during Marvel's icky period, which they're still kind of in an icky period. They're slowly Deadpool and Wolverine definitely helped, but right now we're kind of at like a weird middle ground with Marvel. Where like, okay, we know you're capable, but are you actually gonna make good movies? And this movie drops, and it is so good. This movie has the High Evolutionary in it. It's done so well. Sad backstories. It made me cry. It's good. It's so good, man. It's man. I've only seen it once though, so I should watch it again because it's probably on Disney Plus right now. But it's A tier. It's A tier. The original Thor. I'm gonna put in C. I think this movie's kind of slow. I think it's not as good as Captain America. Oh no, it's not as. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I like. This is good. This is good. I like it. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. It's kind of slow. Thor's a sick. The what's the thing he fights at the end? It's called the Destroyer. Man, but there is Loki in it. God, it's so hard ranking these movies, dude. Okay, I'm gonna put Thor here. It's kind of slow. It's good. I love it. Who doesn't love Chris Hemsworth? God, he's just the casting in Marvel movies is so good. What like whoever does the casting needs like quadruple promotion. He killed it. They killed it. They just absolutely slayed. It's good. It's a good movie. I enjoy watching it. It's just it's not one of my favorites. I'm not gonna rank it super high. If I don't really enjoy it that much, I think it's a middle of the ground Marvel movie. It's solid. Shang-Chi is see if there was a B plus or an A minus, I'd put Shang-Chi there. Shang-Chi came out and I think it's start of phase 5 and or it's end of phase 4. I think it might be the very end of phase 4. This movie caught me off guard, man. I wasn't gonna go see it. I actually didn't go see it. But I watched it the second it came out on Disney Plus because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna watch it. I heard good things about it, and it was really good. They kind of popped off with this movie. It's really well done. The fights are fantastic. It's really entertaining. CGI is great. I don't know. It's just a solid movie. I don't think it's good enough connection to me wise because this is a personal ranking. Like the top three because I think they're the top three. And then the A tier is A tier because I think it's A tier. This just doesn't feel like an A tier movie to me. It's right below like Guardians 3 and how good it is. And it's a great movie though. Super good. Oh my god, I love it. Okay. Okay. I go through comment sections and people whenever the Eternals gets brought up, whatever it is, people are always like, oh my god, dude, Eternals actually wasn't that bad. Like it actually was pretty good. This movie bored me to death. I just didn't care for it, dude. And there's not that much going for it. The Celestials, like this movie served one purpose, and it was to introduce the Celestials into the MCU. I get it needs to be done. It was boring. God, I just don't find them that interesting. I just didn't really find any of anything that happened in this movie that interesting. We went and actually my friend rented out a movie theater so that we could go watch this movie in our own theater. And it was good. Like it was good. It just wasn't this good. You know what I'm saying? C tier's fine. Okay. This is going to be I know this is going to be a hot take, but I'm going to put this you know what? I don't care. Y'all could cry about it. Yeah. Oh, better than the first Avenger though. The only thing that makes this is a toss up, but I think I'm gonna have to put it in C tier. I'm gonna put it above Thor. I'm gonna put it above Thor. My list is all over the place. I don't care. Roast me all you want. Multiverse of Madness got too much hate. It really did. People come out of the theaters and like, oh my god, that movie was ass. Like, oh my god, it was not even good. Oh my god, and the ratings were terrible, and it just wasn't entertaining. It was so trippy, and it wasn't. It was great. I'm sorry, I liked it. I think it was really good. The CGI was kind of crappy at times, but I mean, it was so entertaining seeing the Illuminati for the first time. This movie introducing the Illuminati, seeing Robert Krasinski, John Krasinski. Why did I say Robert? John Krasinski playing Reed Richards, seeing Patrick Stewart playing Professor X again. God, dude, it was so good. What are y'all talking about? I get it. It was like the only thing that annoyed me about this movie was the fact that they tried to make it a horror movie, but they never went the full mile. Like they were like, "Oh my God, Scarlet Witch is this big, scary, multi-dimensional being, and she's sleepwalking into other dimensions, and she can kill anyone in an instant." But then she never does. Like she's this all-powerful, omnipotent being that can, you know, possess people between dimensions, but then she doesn't just instantly kill them. I'm very confused. She annihilated the Illuminati, annihilated them, and then she just didn't. She just let America Chavez and Doctor Strange go. Like it just felt weird. Maybe I will rank it a little lower. We'll go there. It the Zombie Strange was so badass. Scarlet Witch was such a sick character. Doctor Strange, yeah, man, I liked it. It gets too much hate. It really does. It gets too much hate. It wasn't that bad. It just does. Thor: Love and Thunder is it Thor in the Dark World bad? It is. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it there. I said I wouldn't, but I'm gonna do it. God, they did my boy Gore so bad in this movie, dude. I was so excited for this because Gore the God Butcher is such a sick character in the comics. He's so badass and his backstory is so sick, and he has a weapon that kills gods. And they just killed him off in one movie. I forgot what his name is. I should know it, but the actor that plays Gore killed it, bro. He did so good. And it was all wasted. It was all wasted. How could you do this to my boy? Oh my God. The suits in this movie for Jane Foster and Thor were immaculate. Best Thor suits, in my opinion, out of the entire series. They looked so good. CGI was abysmal. Everyone knows that one scene with like the floating kid that's like talking and it's like so poorly edited in. It disappoints me, man. I was excited for this one. It did have some funny bits. There were some funny bits. The whole press conference thing that like it wasn't a press conference, but it was like the whole meeting thing that happened with Zeus was really weird. Um, yeah, I think D tier is about fair. Wakanda Forever, I'm gonna put. I don't know if I like it more than the original Black Panther. I don't think I do, and I think I like Ant-Man better, and I think I like the Winter Soldier better, but I do think I liked it better than Spider-Man. So I'm gonna put it there. Movie's really sad, really sad. Um, it's really good. It's really good. Um, but it's just not touching the top eight. It's not touching. Like I don't think it competes with Shang-Chi. I don't think it compares with Guardians 1. I don't think so. Maybe like these are all maybes for me. Looking back at this list, yeah. I mean, God, I hope I get roasted. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this shit? There's no consistent ranking at all for these movies. I literally was just like, I feel like this goes here. I feel like this goes here, and I'm going with it because we're too far in. But I'm not upset with my ranking. I just move stuff around too, and I think that's fine. But yeah, B tier. I think B tier is very fair for this movie. I think it was good. I think it wasn't super amazing. I think it was just good. Woo! Quantumania, man. Give me a moment of silence for this one. It's going in D tier. I broke my rule again. Listen, there was so much I was looking forward to with this movie. The Quantum Realm, Kang the Conqueror, being played by Jonathan Majors, he killed it. MODOK. It was so interesting. Kang the Conqueror got beat by an army of futuristic robo ants. MODOK looked absolutely ridiculous, which I mean, it's like I don't know how you make him not look ridiculous, but this movie, I feel like this movie fumbled. I was excited to see this one. This was the movie that was and I forgot if Thor: Love and Thunder came out after Quantumania or if Quantumania came out after Thor: Love and Thunder, but which one of those two was the last movie that I saw in theaters, for this bad boy. But I'm not a huge fan. Deadpool and Wolverine, guys, it's happening. Yeah, right there. Guys, I'm so biased. I love Deadpool. I love him. I've got Deadpool comics hanging up. I've got a Deadpool. That's a Deadpool poster right there. It's badass. The one up there, also a Deadpool poster. I love Deadpool. I love Ryan Reynolds. Great actor. No one else can play him. I love Hugh Jackman. I love Wolverine. I love X-Men. X-Men is my favorite Marvel series. They could not have knocked this movie any farther out of the park. If you guys haven't seen the intro to this movie, because it is literally the only thing on my YouTube Shorts feed right now, go watch the movie. That intro is probably one of the best intros to a movie I've ever seen. It is so fantastic. The fights in this movie are great. The action in this movie is great. The comedy is top tier. The fourth wall breaking is immaculate. I want to put it in S, but I feel like I'm getting a little jumpy, if you know what I mean. I could easily put it here. I'm trying to think of iconic scenes from both movies, because there's, like, you know, Dr. Octopus and Electro and all these cool characters, but god damn was this movie good. Jesus, I don't want to say anything about this movie because it just came out. I'm not going to spoil anything. I want to keep this spoiler free, but I'm saying do I want to rank it higher than Endgame? Probably. As of right now, I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it right there. This is my definitive top 3 for Marvel movies. Definitely. I don't care if it's a basic thing. I could give give 2 shits. I don't care. This is the top 3. Oh yeah, this movie's I would rank this movie a 9.3 out of 10, and the only reason that I'm docking 0.7 points is because I feel like I'm being a little too biased with how much I like Deadpool. This entire movie kept me entertained. I really, 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 really recommend you go and watch it. But with that, we're done. This is the full tier list. Yeah. Remember, these 3 I'm not ranking properly. I haven't seen these 3. Black Widow, I probably need to watch at some point. Marvels, I don't know if I need to watch. Maybe I'll just watch a synopsis. And Hulk, I've seen, but I just can't fairly rank it because I haven't seen it in such a long time. But yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah. I just got this idea because I watched Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was like, I need to do a Marvel ranking. Like, I need to do a Marvel ranking, and I you know what, I wanted to share my opinion. This doesn't have to be edited. You could just hear my raw, you know, opinion on all of these. But yeah, I'm going with this. This is what I'm going with. Deadpool and Wolverine is that good. Go and watch it, please. So. I'm probably gonna watch it again. I've probably you can already pull up versions of it on YouTube and watch it, like, but most of you probably have already seen it, so I don't have to worry about that, right? You guys have already seen it, so let me know what you guys think. I think that there are 1,000,000% wrong takes on this tier list. Like, I am openly admitting it right now. If there's anything to take away from this list, it's don't take away from this list. If you get what I'm saying? This list is definitely wrong. But this is just my personal bias, you know. I'm using my bias to rank my favorite movies. And these are the big ticket. If I had to pick 9 movies, like, say, oh, give me your top 9 Marvel movies, boom. Or top 10, boom. There it is, right there. These are the top 10. They're the, in my opinion, there's a clear jump in how good these movies are as soon as you get to this part of the tier list. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What you would swap. What other tier lists you want, what other videos you want, you know, whatever it is. If you guys agree with me, you know, like it, like the video, subscribe. I mean, come on, guys, subscribing is free. I'm getting close to 50 subs. Go check out my other vids, Supermarket Sim. That's another series that I have going on. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Gonna be uploading a couple videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.